What is going on, everybody? For those who don't know, I go by BLSG, and this is another Sixers postgame video. If you guys are new to this channel and love talking Philly sports nearly every single day, go down below and hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, and make sure you turn on the notification bell so you guys are instantly notified whenever I upload a new video. So, earlier today, the Philadelphia 76ers just fell short to the Atlanta Hawks by a final score of 128 to 124. And now the Sixers are down 1-0 in the series to the Atlanta Hawks. But it is still pretty early in the series, so I feel pretty confident that the Sixers can strike back. They just have to work off of their mistakes that they did today and have to clean them up in the next few games or so. Now, this game was mostly the Hawks with the lead, and then they led us by as much as, I believe, 40 points or somewhere around that area, and they let the Sixers come back. But when Bogdan Bogdanovic, I believe, went to the free throw line, made both free throws, and put them down, that's when the game was over. And that was just what set it all up. But the Sixers, I'm really proud of the Sixers for coming back, but we just need to get off to faster starts. Because we were down really big in the first half. Big time. We were down big in the first half by a lot. By as much as like 20-something. And then we came all the way back. We put, I believe, around 70 points in the second half and only had 51 in the first half, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But let's just get right into this. So, mainly three things went wrong today for the Sixers. Number one was Danny Green on Trae Young, Doc Rivers in the playoff rotations in the first half, and just not putting our shots in and not getting off the faster start. So actually four things that we're going to need to talk about. So let's just get right into this. So we're going to start with the rotation. So basically this is a combination of what Doc did and Danny Green. So what Doc Rivers did was that he was okay in the rotations. He did a much better job in the second half than he did in the first half. But Doc Rivers keeps doing the habit of doing the all-bench lineup. He needs to stop it. Because that is a huge habit that Doc Rivers needs to break at this point. This is supposed to be a coach that can take us to the finals this year. And in the first game, it didn't really look like it. So Doc Rivers has got to step on the rotations. And Doc keeps Danny Green on Trae Young pretty much the whole game. And that's how Trae Young went for 35 points today. And Joel Embiid went for 39. So Joel had a very, very nice game coming off of his injury. But it wasn't enough because no one else was there to help him. So mainly that went for Doc and Danny. Now we're going to talk about the start of the game. The start of the game, it wasn't really that good at all. We only had 51 points, I believe, and we weren't getting to where we need to be. We weren't scoring, we weren't playing defense, we were letting Atlanta have their way, and Atlanta got us back in the second half to bring on some competition. So that is something we need to also work on. We need to work on getting off to a faster start because Atlanta is going to bring that pressure, especially with Trae Young. And Doc Rivers must fix up those playoff rotations because the rotation where he keeps playing Danny Green on Trae Young is not working. You need to send Ben Simmons or Matisse on Trae Young. Although Matisse did not have a great game on defense, he only had, I think, one steal. But he would have been much better than Danny Green because Danny Green's like a snail while he's running on the court. He's running like he's a turtle out there. I could probably beat Danny Green in a 40-yard dash if I wanted to see who should play on Trae Young, and it should be me, to be honest. But Danny Green has got to get off Trae Young, so Doc Rivers has got to make that adjustment. So we just need to get off to faster starts. Joel Embiid had a really nice game with 39 points coming off of the meniscus tear. in his right knee. So that was actually an impressive performance by Joel Embiid. I'll give him a round of applause for that. Also, Seth Curry mainly carrying us in the three-point category as he went 5 for 9 from behind the arc. I'll give a round of applause for Seth. And Ben Simmons shooting the ball a lot. Give a round of applause to him. Except for the fact that he did miss a few of those that were easy buckets, but he did not take advantage of it. So that's another thing. The players need to start making their shots easier and easier and easier. Because we cannot have these slow starts and then end up with big finishes, because that's just not going to get you anywhere. In the playoffs, we need to start dominating on defense and offense in knocking down our shots and preventing the other team from scoring all their points. So it is the fact that the Sixers just need to get better on both offense and defense. We were literally carried in the second half. I don't care what anyone says. Oh, Joel Embiid carries. Oh, Seth Curry carries from 3-point range. I don't care. They have brought us back into this game, and the Hawks were literally blowing the opportunity in the second half. Like we were blowing the opportunity in the first half, and we really needed to step up in the second half. We definitely did, but we need to get off the faster starts, like I definitely said earlier. At least like 3 times I said it. So, those have definitely got to be better. The refs, foul after 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 foul. Foul, 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 foul. Every time. And the refs were garbage on pretty much both sides of the ball. And everyone was complaining, going up their butts, talking to their faces. Because they didn't like most of these calls, to be honest. But they tried to get away from the refs to avoid receiving a tech for yelling at them and complaining. So that was an issue. All the foul trouble that the refs gave the Sixers. Pretty much the blame of this game goes on to Doc Rivers and the players in the first half, as well as the refs for the whole game. We have got to be better early and late in the game. We have got to really develop and really bring on the energy like we did in the second half to the first half. We have got to bring that energy all game long if we want to beat the Hawks in this series, depending on how many games it goes. I said Hawks in 5 if Embiid was healthy. So I'm hoping the Sixers can win 4 in a row. If not, just win the series in 6. Because the Hawks stole this one today, and we have to go on the road for 2 straight games. And we're back at the Wells Fargo Game 4. Game 5, I think we're at Atlanta. And Game 6, I think 6 and 7, I think we finished up at the Wells Fargo. So, it should be a decent stretch. But if we're going to win this series somehow, we got to steal at least one of the away games. We have to steal one of these games on the road. And can we do that? I don't know. We've had an okay record on the road, but we haven't had the best record. So we really have to get better playing on the road. We can do pretty decent at the Wells Fargo, but we have to get better when playing at other stadiums. And it's just got to be better, man. The rotations need to be better. The refs need to stop calling some ticky-tacky fouls. And everyone must make their shots. That's what's important. And Ben Simmons must knock down his free throws. Everyone must knock down most of, if not all, their shots. Because that's what we're going to need going forward in the playoffs when we're playing the Hawks for the rest of this series. And if we make it out of this series, either the Bucks or the Nets. You guys give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. How did you feel about this loss? How did you feel about Atlanta blowing the lead in the second half, but at the same time winning it with those 2 free throws? And how did you just feel about this game overall? Give me all your thoughts down below in the comment section. Want to see what you guys think, and let's just strike back on Game 2. From what we learned today, on what mistakes we did, let's just strike back and get right back and tie this series up. Anyway, guys, see you next time. Peace out.